Today on Public Eye News, Marquette's King Coin Laundromat had a dryer fire this morning, and Finlandia University plans for a return to in-person instruction in fall of 2021.
Later, Caden will have your weather for the weekend, and Max will have your sports update. Hello, I'm Marin Parks.
And I'm Max Stevens. Welcome to Public Eye News. Firefighters in Marquette responded to a small fire at the King Coin Laundromat on 3rd Street. At around 5 a.m. this morning, a person passing by the business noticed smoke coming from the building and called emergency services. The fire was subdued quickly by the fire department, but it was noted the fire could have easily spread if it wasn't for the person who noticed the smoke so quickly. The Marquette Fire Department would like to use this as an example of how important it is to take precautionary actions to protect your own home from fires. Things like cleaning out the dryer lint can have a huge impact on the safety of your home. And a Native Arts workshop in a collaboration with the Keweenaw Bay Ojibwe Community College, the NMU Center for Native American Studies, and the NMU School of Art and Design is looking for 4 Native American students from NMU to participate in the Great Lakes Indigenous Art, Education, and Healing Project. The project will allow the students to participate in workshops being run by Native Americans who will share their art and skills with the students. Applications are being accepted now through March 10th and can be downloaded via the NMU website. With International Women's Day just yesterday, NMU is continuing that theme by celebrating Women in Construction Week. The college will be hosting a number of events with the goal of attracting more women to join the construction program. The program currently has an enrollment of 8% females, and the program is aiming to get that number up to 20% as soon as possible.
Michigan Technological University's National Society of Black Engineers is conducting its 10th annual Alternative Spring Break. The program intends to spread information about and generate interest in higher education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs for students of underrepresented middle and high schools in Detroit, Michigan. The 11 Michigan Tech students who make up this year's pre-college initiative will present virtually to 74 different math and sciences classes across Chandler Park Academy in Detroit, about 1,850 students in total. Andy Smith, president of this year's pre-college initiative, along with help from many alumni of Michigan Tech, will be offering a scholarship to one of the students they speak to through this program who decides to come to Michigan Tech. The scholarship will be able to be put towards travel, tuition, books, or anything else the recipient may need. An airplane that had departed from St. Ignace was forced to make a crash landing this past Saturday in Baraboo, Wisconsin. According to the pilot, the plane had begun to have problems with its fuel line, which forced him to make a crash landing at 2:32 p.m. on March 6th. The plane was landed on State Highway 136, which is currently under construction, leaving it empty and making it the ideal place for landing a malfunctioning plane. The Sauk County Sheriff's deputies responded immediately to the situation alongside the Baraboo Fire and Ambulance departments. The pilot of the plane was uninjured, and the plane itself only sustained minor damage to one of its wings from the tree branches near the highway. Finlandia University is planning to return to in-person instruction for the fall semester of the 2021 through 2022 school year. Throughout 2020 and thus far in 2021, Finlandia has been providing student housing and a variety of course delivery methods that have allowed students to stay safe and have kept community COVID-19 cases controlled. The university feels comfortable announcing reopening plans for the coming fall semester, as the current proposed vaccination schedule suggests that most, if not all, students will be vaccinated before or at the very beginning of the 2021 fall semester. Finlandia would like to encourage all students, staff, and faculty to sign up for vaccination at the earliest possible opportunity to facilitate this proposed reopening. The university also hopes that students will soon, once again, be able to enjoy the proper Finlandia University experience. Stay right here, because after this break, we will be back with your national and international news.
Coming up on Austin City Limits.
Down the road in a cloud of smoke to some land. I ain't bothered if I just get on with the daily freeway without
Saturday night at 11. And welcome back. For the first time, a new strain of coronavirus has been detected in Michigan. The strain, believed to come from South Africa, is more easily spread and has now been confirmed in 20 U.S. states. The virus was found in a boy in Jackson County, and officials are investigating any close contacts. At this time, there is no evidence that the new strain is any more deadly or causes more severe illness than the other strains. Recently, ex-Royals Duchess of Sussex Meghan Markle and Duke of Sussex Prince Harry gave an explosive interview to Oprah Winfrey about their departure from the royal family. The interview included many bombshell accusations about the royal family, including claims of racism due to Markle's skin color. The allegations have not yet received comment from the royal family.
A Maine family of 4 was reunited earlier today after a 17-hour police standoff against a hostage-taker finally ended. The family of 4 was taken hostage in their house Monday evening, but only one hostage, released earlier today, was held throughout Monday night. After the release of the final hostage due to the use of lethal force against the hostage-taker by a state trooper, a bomb squad disarmed the explosive devices scattered throughout the house. The Spruce Mountain School District also closed schools on Monday due to the possibility of the hostage-taker having planted explosives within the school. Nuago High School reopened today following the detonation of a homemade bomb by a 16-year-old boy on March 8th. The school was deemed safe after the vents, the heating systems, and the cooling systems were thoroughly checked by authorities. The explosive injured the 16-year-old along with a teacher and 4 other students. Multiple other explosives were found in the boy's home and were safely detonated by authorities. Now to some breaking news from the southern border. A record number of migrant children are in Border Patrol custody and shelter beds are running scarce, raising fears of a new crisis at the border. The growing number of unaccompanied minors has raised alarm bells in the Biden administration. CBS's Maria Vineral has more.
CBS News tonight has learned there are more than 3,200 unaccompanied migrant children in Customs and Border Protection custody, a total that has nearly tripled in the last 2 weeks. Government data obtained by CBS News also shows U.S. shelters received more than 7,000 migrant children last month, with another 1,500 new arrivals in the first 4 days of March alone, posing a huge challenge for the new Biden administration. This massive influx is further straining a system already near capacity. The government has been forced to reopen shelters for minors in places like Homestead, Florida, and Carrizo Springs, Texas. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and White House Domestic Policy Advisor Susan Rice were at the border over the weekend to survey facilities for minors. Among those held, 15-year-old Jacqueline, who was reunited with her mother Miriam in Los Angeles today after 3 weeks in a government facility. Her mother, who has a work permit, crossed into the U.S. more than 3 years ago. I'm very happy and emotional, she said, because I can finally have her with me, and I'm so thankful to God she's okay. Jacqueline told us she was cold while being held by Border Patrol with a blanket made of foil.
Every day there were more and more kids that were coming to the border by themselves.
Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Fort Worth, Texas.
A Connecticut restaurant is counting its blessings through a Facebook post made on Thursday. 21 Oak asked their community to put in some orders to help the business stay in business, and it's been a never-ending rush since. Dennis Valera has more on this story.
Phones have been ringing off the hook at 21 Oak.
We're out of ricotta right now for that.
So much they're running out of food. It started Thursday after they posted this on Facebook. It's been shared nearly 1,000 times since then. Owner Sean Dickensheets thinks vaccinations are also helping drive business.
As more people are getting vaccinated and stuff, they'll feel more comfortable, and this will help us to keep going.
But even with more and more getting vaccinated, Dickensheets is not a fan of the soon-to-come rollbacks on restaurant restrictions.
I laughed.
Starting March 19th, restaurants will be allowed full capacity, but will still have to abide by masking, social distancing, and sanitizing requirements. Dickensheets feels it's coming too soon, worried about a potential spike.
Coronavirus didn't go away. It's still there. And so now, obviously, they want to get things going, and we need to get things going, but if everyone comes out and gets sick, it doesn't serve the purpose that we're trying to do.
The state says plexiglass is a safe workaround.
Many have embraced plexiglass, which does give them a bit more flexibility beyond the 6-foot spacing.
Dickensheets won't be reopening in-person dining at 21 Oak on the 19th, but he hopes this social media rush turns into steady business.
Hopefully that the new customers we've gotten will take what they like and keep coming back.
Dennis Valera, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Don't touch that dial. After this break, Kate and Minus will have your weather report, and I will be back with sports. Stay tuned.
They were UP miners and mill workers, but they took on some of the NFL's finest. This rich deposit of football history is being unearthed in a new documentary revealing the links between 5 Upper Peninsula communities and the Green Bay Packers.
His nickname was Tuffy, and he ended up coaching the darn Packers.
Don't miss Linked to Legends, the UP teams that played the Packers.
Sunday at 9:30 on WNMU TV.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. My name is Caden Myers, and as you can see on the Academic Mall, it's very sunny and very warm. Make sure to bring your rain boots. But let's get into those current conditions. Currently, it is partly cloudy with a temperature of 51 degrees with the winds to the south-southeast at 18 miles per hour. And barometric pressure is at 30.11 inches and falling. Looking towards tonight, it will be partly cloudy still with a low of 43 degrees and winds to the south at 18 miles per hour. Looking towards tomorrow, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 47 and winds to the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour. Now looking towards that beautiful UP, in Sault Ste. Marie, it will be 48 and mostly sunny. In Manistee, it will be 43 and partly cloudy. And in Escanaba, it will be 43 and partly cloudy. And Menominee, it will be 51 and sunny. Now looking towards the other side of the UP, in Iron Mountain, it will be 54 and sunny. In Ironwood, it will be 57 and sunny. And in Houghton, it will be 56 and sunny. And then back in beautiful Marquette, it will be 51 and partly sunny. Now let's look towards that week ahead. On Thursday, it will be a high of 44, a low of 27 and partly sunny. On Friday, it will be a high of 29, a low of 20 and partly sunny. And on Saturday, it will be a high of 41, a low of 24 and sunny. Now looking towards Max Stevens for your sports.
Thank you, Caden. The Milwaukee Brewers are continuing to stack their outfield with talent, as yesterday the franchise announced the signing of former Boston Red Sox Gold Glove center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. Bradley's deal is for 2 years and $24 million, including an opt-out clause after 1 season. Bradley joins an outfield loaded with all-star and Gold Glove talent, already featuring the likes of 2019 Gold Glove winner Lorenzo Cain, 2018 NL MVP Christian Yelich, and Avisail Garcia. This move adds depth to Milwaukee outfield as Cain opted out of the 2020 campaign after just 5 games and has been dealing with a quadriceps injury that has put his availability for the beginning of this upcoming season into question. And as the NFL offseason continues, today is the last day for teams to designate their franchise tag and transition tag players. The Detroit Lions will be continuing their rebuild without lead receiver Kenny Golladay, who was informed earlier today by the franchise that they will not be tagging him, allowing him to become a free agent. Golladay has been the Lions' top target for the past 3 seasons, earning Pro Bowl honors in 2019 following a season where he amassed over 1,100 yards and caught 11 touchdowns. Hip and hamstring injuries limited him to just 5 games this past season, but he has demonstrated top receiver potential. With the Lions showing no plans to retain Golladay and every other receiver that got significant reps for the Lions in 2020, Marvin Jones, Danny Amendola, and Jamal Agnew also becoming free agents, this is a telltale sign that new general manager Brad Holmes and head coach Dan Campbell have every intention to overhaul the Lions' receiving core ahead of the 2021 season. And with MLB's opening day fast approaching on April 1st, fans will be allowed to return to their home team's ballparks for the first time since the COVID pandemic began. There will still be limitations on capacities around the league, but the MLB will not be instituting a league-wide policy on the matter, instead leaving it up to each franchise to create their own guidelines in accordance with their state and local capacity guidelines. As it stands right now, that would allow the Detroit Tigers to have 1,000 fans in the ballpark for their home opener on April 1st against the Cleveland Indians. The Milwaukee Brewers will be opening their home season that same day against the Minnesota Twins and will be permitted to fill their ballpark to 25% capacity, translating to almost 10,500 fans. As of now, the only team that has been given a definite no to fans in the ballpark is the Washington Nationals. And with that, that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of Public Eye News. We'll see you all tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.